I think a lot of people aren't lazy. A lot of people are just overwhelmed and distracted. Distracted by a lot of things, social media, the game, even people most of the time. But that's when you start feeling stuck. And people don't even see the cycle that they're in most of the time, or even why they're in the cycle and how it's their own environment. Like, you gotta see your environment is what's making you limited. Because if you wanted more out of your environment, you would have to change what you're doing, right? You can't do the same thing and expect to get $1 million if you want 1 million, You gotta do something different if you want a different outcome. And that's what I feel like most people don't want to come to terms with, because it's so comfortable in their own environment that they want to change, but they actually don't want to change in the physical sense, to put in the action to actually change. Like, most people want more money, or to have less problems, or even to be in a better scenario or situation where something they want to do, but they just don't, because they're so comfortable in what they're doing. Like, their body's so comfortable in what they're doing, like what they're doing, so they just stay in one place. And I feel like you will feel stuck and you're not able to move like how you would want to. And I feel like the first steps that I was doing was, like how I said, my environment. I was always stuck in my environment where I was on the game. I loved the game so much, man. I could talk about the game almost all day, but the game was a big distraction for my goals. It was like I was achieving a lot on the game. I was saucy on the game, but I wasn't achieving anything in the physical sense. Like, I would be achieving a lot on the game and doing a lot, so it would feel like I'm doing something in the moment, but as soon as I got off the game, it felt like anything, like I was still in the same loop. And I feel like I was basically getting the dopamine from gaming. I was supposed to my goals, so I still game time to time, but I definitely want to lean back on it. But I still love to game, but it takes up a lot of time. But a lot of people, like, it's a distraction, just like social media, like TikTok, scrolling all day. Feels like you're doing anything. It's distractions and distracting yourself from a lot of things. And even like actual physical habits, I feel like people distract themselves with goals. From goals with different things, like their personal issues. Like, they say, oh, I can't do this because of some sort of factor, or a lot of things hold you back where you can't do that. But actually, you should just take action, even if you feel exhausted or wanting direction, because you're never gonna find direction. You gotta make the direction yourself. Like, there kind of is no direction. You kind of gotta explore. That's the thing. And that's what some people are scared of. Some people don't want to go out and explore and fail, or get hurt, or get a different result from what they wanted. That's ultimately why people don't do what they do, because they don't want to have a result that they didn't think of. And if you come to terms with, you can only kind of react to life, you can't control it, you could only react to it, you'll find that you could do way more in your control, if that makes sense. Once you basically let out control, you're able to grasp it way more. So I feel like you should let it out and be able to, like, let it flow. Don't beat yourself up too much for what happens in life, because bad things is gonna happen in life if you have what you want, or if you don't have what you want, bad things are still gonna happen. And once you come to terms with having what you want isn't gonna solve, like, it's not gonna be happy ending. Once you have what you want, you're still gonna have issues. Like, I know once I get to where I want to be, I'm gonna have way different issues than what I have now. Like, I'm gonna have issues like about my company, about money, because I'm gonna have more money management, and even my employees, even more responsibilities. Like, I'm gonna have more, basically, levels of issues than I have now. And I feel like that's another thing. People are scared because they know that they have to basically take more responsibility or more effort to put in order to do that thing. And some people aren't comfortable enough to take that, and comfortable with the I want to say, comfortability they have with themselves, or more or less the work they have with themselves, I see. So I definitely want to start doing more with myself and what I got going on. Like, I know I have to basically stop feeling stuck and stop feeling like I need motivation, and stop feeling like I'm scared to fail and just create. And definitely stop consuming so much. That's the main thing. Stop feeling so distracted from different things and stop consuming. I had to stop consuming. I like consuming the right thing. I obviously know not to consume bad things, and I know how to split it up and stuff like that, but I like consuming a lot and learning a lot, to where I like kind of learning more than doing. And it wasn't bad at first, because I was feeling like I was doing something, but at a certain point it was like I looked back at everything and I was like, I haven't did as much as I wanted to. Like, I started taking action, like small, precise action. Like, it was super precise. Like, if it wasn't like 80% out of like 100, I wasn't necessarily gonna do it. So everything I did was like very precise, to where it was like almost calculated. But now it was kind of to the point where I wasn't doing as much as my thinking, and I was kind of getting stuck and like stagnant, because everything after that wasn't necessarily like 80. It was more or less like a 60 out of 100. So I want to take action on it, and I feel like you definitely got to take action on anything you do. And that's where I became stuck at, because I got stagnant. In what I was doing, and I mentally felt exhausted, because I was thinking about so many ways about how to do it, and ways about how to get it, and how to get there, that I mentally exhausted myself without even knowing, and wanting that direction. And after that, I just became hard with the action, to where I didn't even want to do the action anymore, and I struggled to be consistent in what I was doing because of that. So I feel like you should definitely stop putting so much pressure on doing whatever you want to do. Like, yes, put it like urgency, but don't put pressure, because you could be mentally exhausted thinking about like how to do a lot of things and what not to do. You could be mentally exhausted, so you have to control that and know where your limit is. And I feel like I definitely had to find my limit, because I was thinking way too much, to where the point I never knew why I was so tired, but I could never get to like where I was like, I was never physically doing anything. I was just mentally tired. I was always thinking that. I never knew why, until I figured out that I was mentally exhausted. So that's a very, very important thing I feel like people should be doing. Like, if you're mentally exhausted, you should definitely calm down on the overthinking and thinking about it and just more or less doing. And then the next thing I did is I cut off all distractions. I cut off, well, not all right now, but most of my distractions. I cut off most of my distractions so I could focus and force myself to do it. Because if I was doing nothing, I basically had to do something, So I did the work and cut off all the distractions so I couldn't do that anymore and I could get that out of the way. So now all those are out the way, and now I basically have a little bit of distractions I go to if I want to enjoy myself, like once in a while after I finish what I'm doing. Like if I have a good day, I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna hop on the game for a little bit. You feel me? Like I'm still have fun. But most of the time, if I want to get work done, I cut off all distractions so I could fully focus on what I'm doing without any hindrance. And it's been working a little bit. And small goals, I haven't been doing anything. When I've been starting, I thought I had to do like big out of pocket goals. Like I had to set some huge goals to where the point people were like, hey, you're tough. But now I know I gotta set, like, it's more important to set small goals than big goals. So now my goals are pretty much so small. It's like, just pull up, like just go there and just be in the environment and see how it is and test how the environment is in it. And just being like, when I started going to the gym, I just started going randomly. I didn't have a plan or anything. I just went. And over time I was like, yo, I'm going to the gym and I need to start getting a plan. Like I don't want to, it was kind of like my social anxiety, social anxiety got it, but it was like, it got to me, and it was like, you got to find a plan because people are like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, you over here just doing anything. My social anxiety was so bad that people thought I was doing anything. It was like, yo, what is this kid doing? So I ended up finding the plan, obviously, and find out how to actually work out. So now I go to the gym now, and I don't have, I'm not as lucky as I want to, but I'm starting to go more, and I'm starting to diet, take my supplements, and do everything right. So I know over time I'm about to be getting there, but it's all in due time, So this will close the video out. You're probably closer than you think. You just need to start moving again, even slowly, And once you get back on it, focus on the time, focus on putting your time into that thing. Like, put some time, your own time, because time is everything. And once you put time into that thing, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out good. But you gotta take time into that thing. Even if you're not ready, you gotta put time. That's the only way you're gonna get output, is by putting time into it. So you always gotta put time into it, even if it's slow. That's how you start anything. Remember that.